Hello, Virgo. Thank you so much for being here, you guys, and happy Valentine's Day. All right, Virgo, very nice cards this week. So from Late Vampire, you pulled Hunter, Aggressor, Tracker, and Provider. But then from Chakra Wisdom, you pulled Passion, which makes me wonder what has come into your life that you're aggressively tracking down now. Now with Hunter, it's saying that now is the time for you to establish how you're going to obtain what you want. You must not ask another to go after it. You have to find the courage within to chase what you would make yours, but you need to be honest with yourself about what you're chasing down. But like I said, with passion coming through, it's like something coming into your life that you're really wanting and really wanting to go after here, like finding a new passion. So part of passion is saying that, yes, you need to follow your passions, but you need to be authentic and take a stand for yourself. So, for some of you, it can suggest that there may be a little bit of opposition here. And maybe that's why there's this aggressive nature of Hunter coming through. Now, part of the card at a glance says, this card indicates creative focus and an ability to ignite the passion necessary to manifest with what you desire. And I think it's perfect. And I like seeing this for you. But like I said, here is your overall for the week. The Eight of Wands. You and Aries. So the Eight of Wands is a signifier. Again, fast-moving situations. It could be about communication. It could be about travel. For some of you, though, especially with Hunter showing up, it's like, let's get things moving right now. Now, on the other hand, with the Eight of Wands, one of the things that I do point out is, when you look at it traditionally, you see all the wands, in this parallel kind of angle. And it's like watching everything just kind of fall into place. So everything may be coming together for you now. You may be doing some communicating here. But again, everything seems to be moving quickly. Now, in the past, the Magician, very nice. Manifesting some cool ass shit. I love it when it shows up for you guys. So in the past, feeling confident in your ability to manifest your passion. And it's good, but, I'm hoping that that kind of continues here. Now, it could be that, you had a really big idea here and things are starting to move quickly on this now. But, like I said, I worry about, the confidence still continuing through on this. Okay, I gotcha. The Ace of Wands in the present moment. Very nice. And you have the Magician above that. That's fantastic. Fantastic. The Ace of Wands, passion. There is your new passion. So for sure, something came through here that lit a fire under your ass and you're like, I'm wanting it. And it's great. Now this could be new creative ideas, It could be a new job, a new relationship, but there's passion here. And I love it. And then you have the Magician. I just hope that this continues. Oh, shit. Not bad, though, right? So if you have a new opportunity showing up, whatever that is, like I said, new job, new relationship, new creative ideas, with the Two of Swords, it's basically saying that you're going to have to make a choice. And it's almost like there's something about this that, you can't just easily go after it. I think things pick up really quickly here, but I'm worried that it picks up a little bit too quickly. So when you're looking at the Two of Swords, right, you could be guarding yourself emotionally, possibly. But I think more so this is going to have to do with you needing to make a choice, not ignoring a situation, understanding that the only way things are going to continue moving in the right direction is if you make a choice. The problem is it could be that you're going to miss out on something else. It could be that you might end up hurting somebody else by making this choice. It's not bad, but at the same time, I'm like, that's the Ace of Wands, for crying out loud. Why is there a difficult choice on taking this? Okay, your best path to follow. And that's kind of what I feel like here. I think that you come into this knowing what you want, having a really good idea here, having what you need to manifest it, and you do, and here it is. But there's an inability to, make the most of this right now for whatever reason with the Two of Swords. And it moved really quickly for you. With the Empress being your best path to follow, if that's not Virgo, I mean, I know that this is tied to like Aries and Taurus, but I think it's perfect for you guys. This and the Queen of Pentacles for me. Like I see Virgo, and that could be because of my mom being a Virgo. I don't know. But anyway, the Empress. She is about indulging in the physical senses. This is basically telling you that you need to enjoy the abundance that you have around you. If you have this new opportunity, indulge in it. Like full on immerse yourself in this. For some of you, it's needing to be the nurturing energy here, but I don't think that that's ever an issue when it comes to Virgo, whether you're male or female. I just think that it's like Spirit is trying to tell you, you need to like really full on experience this. With that Ace of Wands being there, yes, even if it is just physical passion. And with the Two of Swords, that could be the problem. Maybe that's not all you want. Maybe you want more, but then, right, like you need to have experiences. And I'm not seeing anything here that suggests it would be a bad experience, and I'm telling you, with the Empress being there, I feel like you need to do this. Like you need to do this. You need to experience this. And what the hell, Virgo? Really? Why? The Four of Cups. Oh, the Four of Cups in your environment and looking at the Ace of Wands, you're not interested. I don't think that this is about, an offer coming through that, is not everything that you wanted it to be, because you're coming in with the Magician. That's where I have an issue with that. Now, for some of you, sure, that could be the case. It could be that simple. It's not that great. I'm not interested. I think it's really great, but you're just not wanting it right now. And that may be where the difficult choice is coming through. I think you did at one point. And that may be why Hunter is coming through. If you have this new passion showing up, it's time to go after this. But something's going on right now with you emotionally that's just, not in it. It's great now, but I'm not really that interested. And it may be because your emotions are somewhere else. But it's certainly not full on invested in this Ace of Wands, which is a bummer because, man, that's great. I gotcha. Your hopes and your fears, the Eight of Cups. So for some of you, the reason why there is no like emotional, investment in this Ace of Wands, or no interest in it, I should say, is because you're investing your emotions and your time into something else that is not satisfying you anymore. And one of the things that I say with the Eight of Cups is that, yeah, it's easy enough for somebody to tell you you need to walk away from this. But sometimes it's not that easy. We got to stay with the bullshit for a minute to try to figure it out, before we can take that new path. Now, the reason why they say moving on emotionally before you do physically is because emotionally you're already done with this. You have invested so much into this, but it is not fulfilling you anymore. It's a matter of whether or not you can actually walk away from it. And that may be the issue here. You may have another situation going on, and it's not that easy for you to just take this right now, even though you knew that this is what you wanted. You manifested this. This is what you wanted. You created it. It's here now. Things may have moved really quickly here, but it's one of those things where, for whatever reason, you can't walk away from a situation that you're already emotionally tied to, even though you're not getting anything out of it. And that may be why you're like, meh, I don't know. And then you have a Spirit telling you that you need to start like experiencing here and indulging in things, being comfortable in your own skin, right? Man. Oh, yeah? Really? Who's that? The King of Wands. Now, for some of you, it could be that maybe you need to get your confidence up before you're able to make a choice on this Ace of Wands. Or this is a person that is persisting for you And this is either the person that you can't walk away from right now and follow a different passion, or this is the passion that you're dealing with here with the Ace of Wands. Wow, Virgo. So now usually when I see the King of Wands, it can suggest that there's somebody around you that you find really attractive. Really attractive. I like the King of Wands. You know, he's super adventurous. You know, the energy that comes off of fire signs in general, anyway, is, you know, really like something that you want to immerse yourself in, right? Because of that passion that comes off of them. So with the Two of Wands, right, needing to lay down some plans here to act. Strength, needing to have the strength to walk away from the things that are no longer fulfilling you, but I don't think it's that easy here because of the Five of Cups. I don't so much feel like here that this is about, you know, you being disappointed with the opportunity coming through. I think it's either you're disappointed in a person who is not fulfilling you emotionally anymore, or it's that you're dealing with too much, you know, emotional pain because of this Eight of Cups, and whatever that situation is, that's no longer fulfilling you. But it's like, you know, in the moment, I think you pull on your strength here, but ultimately, like, the emotions went out for some of you. And again, decisions, needing to make decisions to act here, especially if you have somebody coming through. But it's like, you know, I almost wonder if for some of you there is somebody else. It's like somebody else is not giving you what you want anymore. You have a new opportunity coming through and you manifested it. But you can't right now because emotionally you're still tied into a situation that just isn't working out. And like I said, that may be why Hunter is coming through. And it's like a reminder here that, you know, you need to go. You need to go after these passions, you know. And I have to wonder if, you know, that Ace of Wands is great. And it may be exactly what you're wanting, but it's not coming from the place that you wanted it from, I think is the best way to put it. You know, but yet Spirit is saying that I feel like you need to indulge in an experience here. Otherwise, you know, these hard emotions are going to continuously affect everything that you manifest in your life. And everything's going to be like blah. Because it's not, it's almost like you're not clear on it. You know, I think, you know, you could get everything that you wanted. It's just not coming from the place that you wanted it from. And then unique gifts. What are your unique gifts? You know, and as far as Virgo goes, when you're talking about your unique gifts, you guys are the best people, I think, to get practical advice from. And you are very nurturing. You would give the shirt off your back to help another person. You know, but the problem is that I think that as beautiful and as wonderful as those parts of you are, unfortunately, I think that you go above and beyond for people who don't deserve it. And it kills me because it's like it's keeping you just trapped with these emotions of like, meh, you know. Now, like I said, it could simply be that you have this Ace of Wands coming through. You know, this is what you've been thinking about and wanting here and wanting to manifest with the Magician. I don't think that that has anything to do with manipulation. I think maybe this comes through, but for some of you, it's like not good enough, possibly, right? I mean, that could be it. But the thing that throws me off on all of this is that Empress being your best path to follow, plus seeing Hunter here and like this need to go after it, you know. It's like you need to have an experience. You need to indulge in abundance and new energy around you, you know, and maybe you need to start using your unique gifts here to make the most of a situation that's going to give you a little bit more fulfillment than this. I mean, we're not looking at the devil here. And then treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. Now, be supportive. You know, I feel like I need to tell you that you need to be supportive of Mr. King of Wands, because I think that you do have a person here that maybe want your attention. And as far as treasure your loved ones, you know, that's always important, no matter what you're going through. But Virgo, I don't know. There is something about this that just makes me think like there are two different situations going on here. And I think that that King of Wands and the Ace of Wands has nothing to do with it. Emotionally, you are not in a spot here to be invested. I think that you manifested this. I think things happen too quickly and you're not ready yet because there's something that you still need to stop investing in emotionally here, because clearly with the Five of Cups coming out, there is disappointment. And again, a need for you to pull on your inner strength and let go of this and accept, possibly a really beautiful opportunity in front of you right now. All right, Virgo. So, like I said, I do think that you are responsible for manifesting this. I think that this is exactly what you have been wanting, and it is here now. And there is a need for you to go after it. But I think that this is two different situations. And the way that I'm looking at it is you have exactly what you wanted, but I think it came in just a little bit too quickly here. And I think it's coming from the place that you didn't want it to come from. I think that what you were wanting was to have a new beginning and new passion, but it's coming from somewhere else. And that's why you're not able to, make the choice here to full on experience this Ace of Wands. But I'm telling you, what throws me off on all of this is the Empress being your best path to follow and needing to indulge in, the passions that you are creating. But like, I get it. I understand. And I'm telling you, with these two here, you're not interested in this Ace of Wands because there's something else that you have already invested a lot emotionally into. It's exactly what you want, but it's not coming from the place that you wanted it. Now, I keep looking at this King of Wands, and I think that he's connected to the Ace of Wands. It's still going to be a persistent thing here. And there's a need for you to really start thinking about whether or not you're going to act on this. And I think you do. And you're pulling on your strength, but ultimately the emotions went out on this. And, it could be that you're still dealing with the disappointment of the fact that, this situation isn't working out. And you were hoping that, this new beginning was going to happen here with whatever this Eight of Cups is. And I think it's another person and another situation that you are too tied into. It's like you have exactly what you need right in front of you, but you just can't do it. And like, I get it, but then at the same time, I'm like, wow. I understand, but then at the same time, Spirit is saying that you need to aggressively go after the things that you're manifesting. I don't know, this one frustrates me. Now, as far as energy, there is new energy coming through. There is abundance around you, and your unique gifts need to be applied to this new energy and experiencing this abundance, especially abundance of passion. Now, as far as be supportive and treasure your loved ones, there may be somebody that needs your support. And as far as treasured your loved ones, absolutely, because those are the people that are going to help you get through those emotional difficulties. But I think we're looking at two different situations. One that you're already involved in. You're not getting this new passionate beginning where you wanted it, but it is coming from another place. But I don't think that you're ready to make the most of it. And even if Spirit is telling you that you need to indulge in this and experience this, ultimately it's up to you on whether or not you have the strength to do it. Because again, with the Eight of Cups, anybody can tell you to walk away from it. But sometimes it's just not that easy, But I keep asking the question on whether or not that King of Wands is still going to be there. I think he's going to be sticking around for a little bit. But I worry about what that means with the Five of Cups coming out ultimately on this. I mean, it could be pointing to the fact that you're just still too focused on what's already lost and you can't build on the two that still remain, or it's going to be you and this other person coming through that are both going to be disappointed. But it's not your fault. I get it, because again, we're talking about the Eight of Cups, and I can go on and on about this. To me, this is more difficult than looking at the Ten of Swords, because at least there, it's over. But Virgo, ultimately here, you're going to have to do what you feel is right for you. But, you know, if anything, take away from this the fact that you can manifest what you want. Just, you know, if you're wanting it from a different place, you know, be a little bit more specific, I guess. But, you know, at the same time, I just don't think that whatever it is that you've invested so much into is going to ultimately give you what you want. You know, and it's right there, right now. It's just whether or not you can do this.